Hi all, it's Matt here from Style Factory, the go-to site for SEO advice and general help with running an online business. In today's video, I'm going to compare Semrush versus Raven Tools. Let's dive straight into the reasons to use Semrush over Raven Tools, and I'll follow those up with a look at the areas where Raven Tools wins. 1. Semrush is much better for domain analysis. Getting an at-a-glance picture of how authoritative a domain is, the key phrases it ranks for, and the amount of traffic it receives lets you understand how well your SEO strategy is working, or how good your competitors are at SEO. And Semrush is much better at giving you this picture than Raven Tools is. The moment you enter a domain into Semrush, you're greeted with a wealth of information that lets you see exactly how authoritative a domain is, the sort of traffic it receives, the type of searches that lead to it, and the websites that compete with it. By contrast, Raven Tools offers a considerably more limited domain overview. Metrics like the number of external backlinks a site has, domain authority scores and site speed scores are provided, but you won't see anything relating to things like search intent, site traffic, and key competitors. 2. Semrush's keyword database is much bigger. Semrush boasts a staggering 26.1 billion keywords in its database, and this huge amount of data allows for an extremely deep dive into keyword variations, search intent, and potential content ideas. By contrast, Raven Tools provides access to 1.25 billion keywords, primarily sourced from Moz. While that's a respectable number, it still pales in comparison to Semrush's offering. And in our tests of both platforms, Semrush's bigger keyword database consistently returned more data, literally giving us millions of keyword suggestions for the phrases we researched, while Raven Tools only ever surfaced a few suggestions for the same keywords. 3. Semrush gives you keyword difficulty scores. SEO tools typically give you a keyword difficulty metric that lets you immediately know how hard it will be to rank for the phrases you're researching. Semrush is no exception here, giving you an easy-to-understand difficulty score the moment you enter a keyword into the tool. But when you enter a phrase into Raven Tools, you don't get one. You'll encounter some other keyword info metrics like how many people search for your chosen phrase per month, or how many times it appears in anchor text, but unlike Semrush, and indeed just about every other SEO tool we've tested, there's no sign of a keyword difficulty score in Raven Tools. 4. Semrush's site auditing tools are more powerful. When it comes to assessing the technical SEO side of things, Semrush lets you perform an extensive audit on your site involving around 150 different checks. These let you identify and fix key technical SEO problems on your site: slow loading content, duplicate content, broken links, SSL errors, etc. When issues are identified, excellent contextual help is provided to help you fix them. Raven Tools lets you carry out site audits too, but they're much more limited in scope, encompassing just 17 checks on your site, and instead of providing in-app help on how to fix any issues found, you are referred to the Google Search Central website for help. 5. Semrush gives you traffic estimates. Semrush provides you with detailed traffic estimates for any domains you enter, for both organic and paid traffic. These help you understand how your site compares to competing ones in the same niche. But Raven Tools doesn't provide traffic estimates at all, leaving you completely in the dark about domain performance. 6. Semrush gives you search intent data. When you ask Semrush for keyword suggestions, it classifies them by search intent, allowing you to filter them using 4 key categories: informational, where the user wants to find a specific answer to a question; commercial, where the user is investigating brands or services; navigational, where the user wants to find a particular page or website; and transactional, where the user wants to complete an action or a purchase. By understanding the intent behind keywords, you can tailor your content to meet the user's needs, improving engagement and conversion rates. You can also avoid targeting the wrong sort of keywords. But Raven Tools doesn't provide search intent data at all, making it more challenging to create content that aligns with what users are truly seeking. 7. Semrush provides better data visualization. SEO data can be overwhelming, but Semrush makes it much easier to understand by presenting it through intuitive graphs, charts, and interactive visuals. By contrast, Raven Tools relies heavily on tables and lacks robust data visualization. This can make it harder to spot SEO trends or site anomalies quickly. 8. You can get a longer free trial for Semrush. Technically, the default length of a free trial for both Semrush and Raven Tools is just 7 days. However, Semrush sometimes makes longer trials available. For a limited time only, you can access a double-length Semrush trial via the link in the video description. Okay, so that's the key areas where Semrush beats Raven Tools. But where does Raven Tools win? I'll come to that in just a moment, but first I want to invite you to like this video, click subscribe and hit the notifications bell. This helps us out and gives you easy access to all our SEO content going forward. I'd also like to invite you to check out the video description where you'll find links to all the latest offers and trials for both Raven Tools and Semrush, including exclusive access to a 14-day trial of the more expensive Semrush Guru plan. Okay, let's move on to the reasons to use Raven Tools over Semrush. 1. Raven Tools is much cheaper than Semrush. Raven Tools can be used much more cheaply than Semrush. Its entry-level small business plan costs just $49 per month, $91 cheaper than Semrush's entry-level plan, Semrush Pro. Now, it has to be said that the feature set you get on Semrush's entry-level plan is a lot more comprehensive than anything offered on the Raven Tools equivalent. But Raven Tools still offers a useful set of features, including site audits, keyword tracking, white label reporting, and backlink analysis at a very reasonable price point. 2. Raven Tools plans include multiple users. All Raven Tools plans let multiple users access your account, with seat limits ranging from 2 users on its small business plan right up to 40 on its top-tier lead plan. By contrast, Semrush plans only come with 1 seat, and adding extra users to your Semrush account costs between $45 to $100 per month per user, making things very expensive if you have a lot of staff that need access to your SEO tool. 3. Raven Tools gives you higher page crawl limits. If you need to run SEO audits on large sites, you may appreciate Raven Tools' more generous page crawl limits. Its very affordable small business plan offers up to 50,000 page crawls per month, and this limit scales all the way up to 7 million pages if you end up on Raven Tools' lead plan. As for Semrush, its Pro plan lets you crawl 100,000 pages per month, the Guru plan 300,000, and the Business plan 1 million. Okay, so those are the 3 main areas that Raven Tools has a potential advantage over Semrush. Let's sum things up. In truth, a Semrush versus Raven Tools shootout doesn't really amount to a contest at all. Thanks to its vastly superior feature set, Semrush wins hands down. Its domain analysis, keyword research, and site auditing tools are much better than anything Raven Tools has to offer. The key argument for using Raven Tools involves price. It's available for a much lower fee than Semrush, but because it lacks so many of the features that Semrush provides, it fails to offer more value for money. So overall, of the 2 SEO tools compared here, Semrush will be the better choice for nearly all users. And that's it, our Semrush versus Raven Tools comparison. Do check out the video description where you'll find links to all the latest free trials and special offers for both tools. If you're interested in learning more about both platforms, we have a deeper dive available on our website. Just Google Style Factory Semrush versus Raven Tools to find this, or check the video description for it. Before you go, we'd love you to subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications bell. And finally, if you have any queries, just drop them in the comments. We read them all and we'll do our best to help.